Image branding, both personal and professional, are essential in today's market. If you've ever wanted tips on establishing your brand with the most engaging profile, web and social media images, keep watching today's show. Welcome to Woman2Woman Today, where we're having intimate conversations with local women that will inspire us. I'm your host, Jen Maseda, and on today's show, we'll be speaking with Nicole Connolly, owner and professional photographer of Photo Fabulous You. Nicole has over 10 years of experience in business and image branding, and we are so glad that you're with us today, Nicole. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I'm very excited. Thank you.
So you have such a cool history because you are from Germany, and the way that you came to the United States and how you've developed this amazing business that is not only giving people the opportunity to brand themselves in a professional manner, but you're also supporting women in getting them engaged in the field and supporting them in either coming to the United States or developing themselves as leaders.
Yes.
So tell us how you started this.
Yeah, so to tell you a little bit, I'm from Germany originally, near Stuttgart, just outside Stuttgart, where I'm heading to as well in 2 days.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
For the holidays,
Did you just come from there as well? You had so many amazing, and I think everyone should check out your Instagram posts because they are so beautiful. You're an amazing photographer,
Thanks.
not just profile photography, but the images that you take really capture the places that you visited. And,
thanks.
And I love the theme. You had an entire month of photographs, and it was fun to check in and see where you were and what you were highlighting because it was people, but it was also the beauty of the country. And so you've got a great Instagram feed. I hope people check it out. Absolutely.
So came over from Germany. I was 19 years old. I just wanted to do a gap year. I finished studies in Germany, and before I was going to college, I wanted to come over, practice my English, see a different culture. I've never been to America until that 19th year.
Yes.
And I was an au pair and on Cape Cod. And with a really nice family, I was taking care of 3 kids from the ages of 2.5, 5, and 7.
Wow.
But that's where I started. And Cape Cod did have a big influence on me because it's a very artsy kind of area, especially Provincetown, Truro, lots of artists. And I always wanted to do something with art and being creative. And in Germany, growing up, I was very good in mathematics. And so they said, like, okay, you're good at maths, do something with finance,
Okay.
But I said, like, no, I want to do something in the arts. And I had to fight against that, all the time. But I think they were just testing me. So if she really wanted it.
You really wanted it. Yes. And then you'd go for it if it was something you were really passionate about.
Yeah.
And, the images that you take, I feel as though that the mathematical eye that you have is making it so much more beautiful. I'm not trying to analyze your photography, but it takes setting up that image and it takes the balance of that image. I mean, you're really great at that. I wonder if that has some influence.
Actually, that's kind of interesting because there's a really good photographer out there. His name is Tim Tatter, and he was a mathematics teacher. Yeah, so
there you go.
And he's amazing. So somebody to look up to as a photographer for sure. But so that's how I started. I met my husband during the year that I was an au pair, and he's from Ireland himself. So I always joke that we Europeans, we can't meet on our own continent. We have to go. We have to come to America.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so he was studying here, and eventually we got married and lived on the Cape for a while, and that's why I really found out the calling for me, like how I could make a good living and be creative. So I started working for a web agency down there on Cape Cod, and didn't really know anything about, back then it was Microsoft front page. Dreamweaver wasn't, I think, around the corner. But so that's how I started out working there and learned everything on the job. So for me, it was online marketing was the first steps heading into the creative field.
Okay.
So my husband finished school. We moved off the Cape. He started with EMC. And I went to school in Boston for a little bit to learn a little bit more the ins and outs. There's Flash came out, so I wanted to learn everything about Flash and just evolve in the field. And then September 11th happened, so that took me to a different path for a little while. But the creative field came kind of in, like, because being on the Cape, I always was sent out to capture images for websites to make them, nicer looking. People used to gravitate towards pages that are either photograph heavy or graphically heavy. So if you looked at the SEO stats, as it's like the big thing these days, but if you looked at those and what pages people would go to, was always the ones that had the photos. So
the images.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So I was sent out to take pictures a lot of times, and eventually I just said to myself, you know what, I ought to really learn the ins and outs of photography, learn how to use professional camera equipment, lighting, and so forth. So I ended up going to look at a couple schools in the Boston area, and I found an amazing program at BU that I started in 2005. It was an 18-month program in digital photography.
Okay.
So
that's very advanced.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yes.
So everything started to move into digital. I photographed with regular film cameras back in the days, but it was all into digital then. So I had to purchase my first SLR, digital SLR camera. So it was for the classes and everything. So it was a good program. So we had excellent teachers from National Geographic, from fashion photographers from New York City. So
you're learning from the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Learn from the best, yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
That's excellent. So the way that we got introduced is essentially you're taking these profile pictures of business colleagues and friends and people that come to you in order to get that particular profile shot.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us about, because you set something up at the mass conference for women.
Yep.
And I think that's so, we were talking about earlier, looking at people's LinkedIn profiles and different Facebook profiles, especially if you're, if you're a public figure, and some of them don't look as professional as they possibly could. So how did you get involved in that?
Yeah, so it's as you start out in photography, my big thing was I wanted to do travel photography, doing it for in-flight magazines, but I started a new adventure with Photo Fabulous You. So I worked with an image consultant, and we founded that company and really just tested it out to see how the business would work, me being the photographer and then having an image consultant, letting the person know, okay, this is the makeup you should wear, this is how you should wear your hair, these are the colors that really work out well for you. That was the combination that we started. And getting into companies, it's a lot of times you needed to be a speaker. So we came in with workshops and presentations, and we particularly did these for women. So we went in through the Women's Leadership Forum a lot of times, spoke at different women groups. Boston Club is one of them as well. They have an excellent women's program. But that's how we started, and then with the presentation, we talk a lot about LinkedIn, what makes a good LinkedIn picture, personal branding, the importance. A lot of times people just need to know, like, okay, what's acceptable, what's not.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what we educate them on.
They're new platforms that nobody really, there's not a handbook that you can read that will show you exactly what you need to do in order to use it or to present yourself and present your brand.
Yeah.
So what a great idea. And if people stick around, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Nicole is going to show us how to take that perfect profile image and how you can captivate your audience and help your own personal and professional brand. So keep watching.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. you're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back to Woman2Woman Today. I'm your host, Jen Maseda, and we're here with Nicole Connolly, owner and professional photographer of Photo Fabulous You. Thanks for being with us.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to show us how to do a professional photograph, and essentially when people come into you, and in particular women, what are some of the strategies that you do to help them to feel relaxed? Because not everybody is coming to you in a really excited way.
That's right, yeah. And it's they always think like they're the only ones that don't like to have the picture taken, but it's 90% of them out there. So yeah, they try to run, but I really have worked on that over the past 5 years. I've been doing headshots on how to make them feel more comfortable. So.
And it happens before they even get into the studio.
Yeah, so a lot of times they just got tipped off by their manager, you know, you need to get or one of their colleagues, that they need to get a more professional looking picture on LinkedIn, or they need it for a presentation and speaking engagement and so forth. So, but yeah, I normally have a talk with them. I talk to them about, so they get to know me. I talk to them as well, so I get to know them. I do my research actually on LinkedIn, see what things we have in common maybe, because then I have talking points with them.
Sure, that's a brilliant strategy. That's good. Find out a little bit, and in particular with women, I know for me, you asked me about my kids, and my face lights up, and I feel, you know, I've almost forgotten why I've come and why I'm nervous, and now I'm talking about something that I love, and I'm sure that expresses in the body and in the face, and that's a great suggestion.
Yeah, and then the other big part of it is obviously that you get an image consultation as well before you come to the photo shoot, so you already feel more comfortable walking in to the studio. You got talked about your outfit, what colors to wear, what colors actually look good on you.
And is that different with everyone? Should we wear white? Should we wear black? Should we wear color? What's the consensus there?
Exactly. So you get a tip sheet emailed to you as well. So on what colors look actually good for the camera.
And what colors are those?
So normally you should stay away from white.
Okay.
And it's very classical to like wear black and white. That's what we women have all black in our closet. Yes. So I have to really like wheel them away from that. But wearing like a color like I'm wearing today, like a navy color, is better.
Okay. It's not as harsh.
Yes.
And the contrast, okay.
That's right. But again, it depends on what kind of skin tone you have. And not a lot of people can actually pull off black and white.
Okay.
We think we can, but so it doesn't always agree with our skin tone. But if you get compliments on a particular color that you wear, it's a good indication that you should be wearing that for your photo shoot. Okay. White or a cream color under a navy jacket would be okay as well, because it's just a sliver of white that you see then in the picture itself. So,
what else do you do to relax people? So
I normally put on some music. a little bit of music.
Little
normally, yeah.
Okay.
So it normally really does relax people as well. And I also give them sometimes a little bit of Prosecco.
Okay.
Yeah, so especially when they come to my studio. So I even had like a whole teams come to my studio where it's almost like a team building thing. They come to my home.
Yes.
And I set up the studio there, or we go out in the backyard and we take pictures.
Lovely.
But they bring some food in, order some
lovely.
food, and they bring
What a
their
great
own
idea.
Proseccos. And
you could do a group of
That's
women
right.
with some Prosecco.
And they'll love that,
and some chocolate, and we're all set.
Yes, that's right. Chocolate is very important too.
Okay, so walk us through what you would do in a particular session.
So once you're in the studio, I really make sure that I look at your whole outfit, make sure that your hair looks great, that your makeup was done nicely. Normally, if you go to a photo shoot, you should be wearing natural makeup. So what you would normally do for a interview or an important event, you just put on a little bit more makeup.
Okay.
Because a lot of times they say, I don't wear makeup normally, but if it's at the minimum, like at least put some mascara on, a little bit of
eyeliner and blush. Okay.
Exactly, a little bit of blush and then a little bit of color on your lips.
Yeah.
So that would be good.
Okay.
So I really look through. I always bring my lint roller, so I will make sure there's everything that.
And I think that builds confidence where, it looks like you are really paying attention to detail, that you're not just there to take a shot. You really want them to look exceptional, and you want them to look as perfect as they possibly can.
That's right.
And I think that relaxes people
That's
too,
right.
that they're confident in your ability, and that you're really noticing all the little pieces in front of you. So that's great. Okay.
Yeah. So we're doing that. We're doing a little bit of music. And then I bring the mirror as well. So a lot of times when they're in the position, then I have them take another look to see how they like their hair. Do they like it tucked? Do they want to have it in the front? So have them take another look.
Perfect.
But then I guide them as well. So once I pick up my camera, then.
And this is the tough part.
Yes.
I think it is, for me at least. I don't really know where to put my hands. I don't know what side to put my chin.
Yeah.
Is my head tilted? So you really give guidance in that.
That's right. And then the nice thing is whenever I can, I also shoot tethered. So tethered meaning like it's the pictures show up right on the laptop.
Perfect. So they can see it right away.
That's right. So I take a couple shots,
Good
and
feedback.
then we go and take a look and see what we like.
Yes.
Should there be a little bit more smiling going on, or a little less? Do they like the hair that it's tucked? Do they like one side versus the other?
That's great.
So I really give the different options as well. So, and they love that. So it's not like it's just what the photographer sees and that goes.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
like the
They're
feedback.
engaged in the process too.
Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then you brought a special.
That's right.
A special friend.
I brought today. My little.
And I love the name of this light. And if I could get one to travel with me, I absolutely would.
So it's a beauty dish, and I'm just gonna put it in position here. So
what does this do for you?
It's also the funny thing is my husband hates to have his picture taken too, but he loves this light.
You see?
So he just wants to have pictures
brilliant.
taken
Your
like
talent
that.
and that light, forget about it.
Yeah. So it's just. It just creates a beautiful light on people, so it's
Does it erase wrinkles?
Yeah,
Is that
it does?
essentially what
The
it
light
does?
just goes into every single pore. It's just you glow.
You're just glowing. I love that.
So it's a really nice light that
That's
I like
beautiful.
to use. Yeah, and so then like I said, we take a couple shots. I normally if you're slouching, I would help you and then we try the different poses. I have you like chin up a little bit, just like that. That's good, perfect. So I would take a shot right there, and then I would have you turn a little bit more. Okay. So that's good, and then maybe we can do a little bit more of a smile here. Nice soft smile, and that's the thing too. Like when you go to your photographer. A lot of times you feel like you shouldn't really be like moving, like you have to hold still and you have to hold it. So that's exactly what I'm trying to break them out of as well, that you do not need to hold still. It's
that's not a good one.
No. I know, because,
Yeah, it's funny. Well, you touched on something, because I really dislike my smile, and it's my own, negative talk track that happens in my own head.
Yeah.
But I'm sure everybody has something that, we women are very critical of ourselves.
Yes.
Everybody has something that, so that feedback really helped me to see, okay, that's not the shot. Let's try something a little bit
That's
different.
right.
So that's helpful.
Exactly. So getting that kind of feedback, and then sometimes they're like, I like that, but this is going on with my neck.
Right.
Can we do something
How do we
about
do
that?
that? Yeah.
And I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to do that in retouch.
Good for you. That's even better.
Yeah.
You make it even better.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I can tell them already what can be done right in the
Yes.
shot, and I do most of it. I try to get the shot perfect as I take them.
Yes.
But there's whatever it takes in retouch to do, I can let them know about that as well. Actually, that's one thing I do as well. I show them like the before and after of some.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then they can make a selection of what they're,
because they get nervous as well. They're like, oh my God, how much am I gonna do on the retouch?
Am I gonna look like myself anymore?
Exactly.
Yes.
So
that's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing your journey with us and helping us to capture an engaging image. So please remember to follow, like, and subscribe to Woman2Woman Today on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube so you don't miss a show. Thanks to the entire team at Access Framingham, especially Shavarsh Morrissey and Francesca Cerruti Harris. Also to Jesper as well, our assistant producer. I'm Jen Maseda, your host of Woman2Woman Today. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time, where we hope to inspire you.